Welcome everyone. Nimby, hello, here first as always. I hope you're doing well. Today, evening stream. Yay. I have a belly full of pizza and breadsticks. Like after stream, after my 1 p.m. stream, I think I ended maybe at 4-ish. So like about 3 hour stream, I was like, all right, I'm hungry. I'm gonna order me some pizza. Out some nice pizza and rest before my 7 p.m. stream. There were some complications with my first order, so the pizza place had to cancel. I had to order from another place, and Jesus Christ, I never realized how expensive pizza can be. What do you mean $16 for a large pizza? What the hell? $16 for pizza? Has pizza always been this expensive? I just never realized, because usually I'm not the one buying pizza. Now that I realize it, I've always had other people buy pizza and then they share, and I was like, oh sure, okay. Pizza isn't something I usually order myself. So I'm looking at these prices, I'm like, Jesus Christ. So what help me? Why is these so expensive? These can be for gacha pools, honestly. I eventually did order like some kind of meal. It was like 2 pizzas, some wings, and breadsticks, and I'm like, that should last me for this whole week. I'm not buying any other food, because my god, why is that so expensive? I could have just gotten something else, but whatever. I am now full. I have food in my belly. We can go ahead and start our game for today, Death and Faeology. I have links in the description if you guys want to check out the game yourself or want to support the creators. So Death and Faeology is created by Masaru Meadow. In a world where the fae-touched fall prey to a sinister killer, only a faeologist can uncover the truth. A dark academia murder mystery visual novel with supernatural cases, interactive investigation, romanceable characters, and multiple endings set in the roaring 1920s New York. So this is part of the Otome Game celebration, which does end on May 26th. That would be tomorrow. We're close to the end. There are so many entries. Definitely check it out before it ends. We're just gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, the creators did give me like a little guide for some parts of the game if I need it. We'll see how much I can do with my raw magical girl brain power. I just ate pizza, so hopefully that should give me some brain energy. All right. Yes, Lottie. Let us proceed and see if this game will be easy on me. Grading first-year assignments can be such an exercise in patience. I had to remind myself that Faeology is a relatively recent science, only a couple of decades old. This university, the only Faeology university in the whole country, was just finished being built in 1905. It is still barely acknowledged in the academic field. More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudices and misconceptions. The human world has formed its own notion of fairies. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poison apples ushering princesses into eternal sleep. They think about fairy tales of actual fairies. Fairy-wise, I think of like Winx Club, Tinkerbell. What was it? Tinkerbell and her friends in Pixie Hollow. I know that. And then I know there's like more darker phase in mythology. Like I think it's Nordic mythology. A reference to the cotton leaf fairies is one I can understand, since it was quite the sensation not too long ago. Although it would be clear in the eyes of renowned phaeologists that the photographs are mere imitations. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. I ought to take a break. The grading session today has taken me quite a tangent. My beloved Oz. Do we have our own fairy? It's so cute. Hi. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. I say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? Oz responds through trills that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known them. The cottonly fairies again. Yes, and princesses' eternal slumber due to poison apples. We don't care much for human princesses. But making poison apples is rather an easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show that fae folk is capable of more than that? At at the same time showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch. I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that. Alright, I'm liking the little relationship we have with Oz. It's not really of a pet, more of a partner. I believe some might just quit the same day if you do that. Besides, if the other Faeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'll do to you? No one else knows about Oz. Oh, that's my cat. Hold on. Someone brought my cat to my room, but he doesn't even want to stay here. Give me a sec. Come on, Jojo. Come on, Jojo. Okay. So no one else knows about Oz, which is interesting to see. So we actually have to make sure to keep his existence a secret and make sure no one else notices. I definitely fear if someone other in Faeology recognizes what Oz is he gonna go on a dissecting route to figure out what makes him tick, what makes him special? Chances are high, those people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. Yup. I would never let that happen. I've always appreciated you pursuing Faeology to ensure that. This is the least I could do. We've known each other since I was 7. You've saved me countless times since then. Ooh, so since childhood we've known Oz. I want to know how old MC is. Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me. I could never. I can hear a delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy, which makes me feel just a tad dizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality. While you're on break, isn't there something else on your agenda this afternoon? Right, Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. I retrieved the letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back on my chair and read the missive out loud to myself. Dear Lottie, how long are you going to keep me in suspense? Will you, or will you not accompany me to this year's Leo's Gala? You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favor of whiling away an evening with champagne and canapes and invigorating company. And when I say invigorating, I'm not speaking of those old saws with deep pockets, ready to be exploited by the way of funding grants for your research. I'm speaking, of course, of yours truly. Do you write to me sometime before Saturday? That's tomorrow's date, isn't it? Oh, I know. My delay in responding is entirely by design, I assure you. I hate to be getting the looks from the crowd like I'm a wet blanket. Faeology isn't worth my dough, they'd say. Ozzy's replying chirp is decidedly indignant. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Henkel's letter. In other news, I've heard that little Ruthie Blythe caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. If your old friend, Detective Krause, hadn't been in the area at the time as well, who knows what could have happened? I find myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Ruthie and asked what the story was, like when we were children. However, for better or for worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. Oh. So childhood friend we're not speaking terms with, but we're getting updates about that person at least. I resume reading my patron's letter. Speaking of the detective, have the two of you been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at last week's benefit. I couldn't help assuming that his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you have told me more than once, when it was good, there's nothing else quite like it. Yet, you speak very little of him now, and I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours. The letter is signed, Yours everlasting, Oscar Hinkle. Well, I've kept Mr. Hinkle waiting long enough. I press a pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. Just then, a familiar rhythmic rapping pierces the silence. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. Oh, they're quick to hide, that's good. Oz must have camouflaged himself in a heartbeat. I put Mr. Hinkle's letter in the drawer before calling out. Come in, Minnie. My assistant enters the office. She's careful to snap the door shut behind her. Professor? Yes, Minnie? Can I help you? Were you talking to yourself again? Oh, the people hear us talking to Oz, but since they don't know about Oz's existence, they assume that we're just talking to ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just speaking out loud ideas. That's right. You know me. I see. Sometimes, I wonder what she must have thought while hearing the mumbling sounds of me speaking with Oz. But she knows when not to poke her nose into things. One of the things I like about her, and also it makes her the bee's knees when it comes to being an assistant. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here. Who? The police detective from the newspapers. Police detective? Even as I echo these two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumble the papers and toss them in the trash can. In the end, we had us up our subscriptions for the dailies. Detective Theodore Krause. Oh, is that what who Hinkle was talking about in the letter? Yes, that's the one. Knowing Theo is here makes my world go momentarily off kilt. It's as if, by the magic of the fairy tales I'm alive, the ink in my patron's letter has manifested him into the reception area. Can't you tell him I'm out delivering a lecture on the far side of the campus or something? That depends. What do you want? Is a lie like that going to deter him? An astute question. She is truly wise beyond her years. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. All right, let him in. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. Hey, buddy. Kind of rugged looking, okay. He drops a box on my desk right off the bat. What is this? Why is he in my office? Well, well, look who the cat dragged in. Not even a how do you do? What? Do niceties suddenly mean something to you? I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. Oh, is he an ex? Oh, don't do that to me. There is no one to say goodbye to. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? Bro, okay. So we definitely used to date, and we moved out and I guess broke up without really telling him. But it's probably something he should have maybe seen coming. Maybe we had a conversation about our relationship and he just kind of dismissed it or said, you know what, I'll work on it, and never did himself. But to only realize we left days later is wild. At least it made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? There is a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up because we lived together for several months. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing, icy silence creeping in. I ought to break the silence before I freeze. What's in the box? He lets out a deep sigh that rather sounds like a relief. Your things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left. Even the oddly crafted handkerchief you love so much. Oh, we still left some things at his place. That handkerchief was a gift for you. I see the corner of his mouth twitch. He's lying. What should I do with this information? Ooh. Can I look in the box? I want to look in the box. I quickly stretch out my hand to the box. Yet he is just as fast in catching my wrist before I can open it. I withdraw my hand from his grip swiftly, like a startling bird soaring into the sky. That truly caught me off guard. I've forgotten what his hands feels like. I was only kidding. Although they really haven't changed much, have you? Oh, the smile on his face is so cute. You just went straight for it. He sounds amused and slightly pleased, as if he just confirmed the accuracy of one of his deductions. Neither have you. I threw all of it away right after you vanished. Oh, well, I guess it's somewhere. He says, with a subtle squint in his left eye, another lying tell of his. I can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course he did. Sure, buddy. So, what's really in the box? Wanna take a guess? I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself and take their bullocks before coming to visit me. This must be way more important than our poignant history. Case evidence? I've seen boxes like this one before, but never one quite so large. It's a really big case, isn't it? And why is it here on my desk if that's true? He nods. The biggest of my career. And to come to me of all people, you must be at your wit's end about this. He looks away, as if trying to hide how galling the circumstances at hand are. Truth be told, I'd rather face the whole Al Capone gang and take their bullets than have to ever see you again. Even though we're broken up, what I'm assuming is that we're dating, that's why there's the whole hang-up about it and us moving out. At least I seem to know this man very well, and he seems to know us too. Gee, that stings a little. So, why would you... Hold on a minute. You think this has some sort of connection to fairies? He flicks his tongue in expiration. That's the only reason you come here, that's all I know. Oh my, it seems I've hit the bullseye. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. Those talks always led to a heated discussion, and then the arguments becomes nothing, because nothing I could say could change his skepticism toward mystical beings. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get here. What should I do next? Ooh, I want to tease him a bit. I know it's an important case, but I kind of want to see him flustered or a bit angry. Oh, this must be killing you. Mister, I don't believe in things I can't see. He lets out a loud and sharp exhale, this time with a touch of indignation. Dry up, will you? I still don't believe they exist. I've been running around in circles with this case. For all I know, the perpetrators could just be magicians playing tricks. But then, I remember the crazy stuff and Looney, a formerly betrothed, once told me, and my hunch got stronger. Wait, betrothed? Were we fiancés? Oh shit. And I ended up here. It seems like I touched a nerve. He must have been under a lot of pressure if he talks a blue streak like this. This case must be beyond big. My mistake. Guess I got a little carried away there. So what makes this case so significant? Why do you think it relates to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I heard the sound of a chuckle under the breath like a bolt from the blue. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert to how it used to be, until the seriousness returns to his face. First things first, since I'm leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge and to whom. That is, if the confident can bring value to the investigation. As I've known you for a fact that you can be discreet. Still, I must ask you your sworn secrecy on this matter. You got it. So, tell me about the case. Why does it seem to be of paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case, potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. Oh, a murder, a serial killer, basically. That's a lot you're pushing onto my lap here, buddy. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women residing north of the city. They're from old money families, the types that make regular appearances at high society events. I see. No wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me. Chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with some of the victims' peculiar manners of death, he pauses. This is where the fairies come in. He silently stares and then sighs. I swear, I must be losing my mind. You've got this. Now he draws in a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit has never seen or heard of before. The strangest case is the one where the body seemingly hardened into bony tissue overnight. Oh, yeah, that's definitely strange, and it happened overnight too. Definitely something magical. Or maybe science that we don't know about yet. Her corpse almost looked like a carved wooden statue. Oh, I've heard of something like that before. Of course you have. You want my expertise, do you not? I frown at him. Don't start now. He clears his throat abashedly. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly, who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't want to imagine the look on victims' family faces if and when the papers are making a razz of these poor women's deaths. Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? The city's already running on fumes, crimes becoming more rampant day by day. People shouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rising crime is bleeding him dry too. Yet, I am unsure of what words could soothe those who are fighting it on the front line. I've never been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows grows deeper. You know, considering the victim's background, having these murders being exaggerated in papers would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible. No matter the cost. No matter who's to blame. You're right. Innocent people are going to bear the brunt of this. This is a terrible situation. I feel my stomach churning. My arms cross on instinct, trying to hold my own disquietude in place. Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. Try as I might, I can't keep those rotten police brass from lighting their pockets. Nothing but a pack of lowlifes in high places. He exhales sharply, his voice laced with contempt. Then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words seem to have abandoned me, as I can't shake this feeling of helplessness crawling under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener, better than most. He curls his lips into almost a smile. I don't mind it at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples, which I was able to request to bring to you, and several other pieces of evidence. Other than the strange manners of death I said, Forensics were puzzled too by the blood samples. How so? One of them doesn't contain iron. That's interesting. Nothing surprises you, does it? Well, about this peculiarity, I bring up something from my fairy books, but you always find a way to deny it. You're right about that. Sir, you came to me for this help because I have knowledge about the fairies, so you're gonna have to at least pretend you think they're real for this case right now. I'm still investigating the possibility of unknown drugs or poisons that somehow cause these oddities. But I'd be a fool to not go after my hunches and look into all possibilities. What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in. Nothing had been stolen. And motives? Revenge? We're still interviewing the city elites, looking for the possible motives. But it takes time. You know how it is. Yes, of course. They're very busy. Speaking of city elites, I know people who can be very helpful in getting some inside information. His expression turned sour at full tilt. Who? That man? Oscar? I said people, but yes. That man would be particularly helpful in this matter. He scoffs brazenly and doesn't even try to hide it. Even at the first meeting with Mr. Hinkle, there was some inexplicable tension between these two. Theo said something about Mr. Hinkle feeling off and always hated it whenever it had something to do with him. Though, it might just be jealousy in disguise. You know I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspapers, he's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. And I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why, of course, he always got a soft spot for you. So there is some jealousy here with Oscar and Theo. So obviously Theo does know that we kind of have a close relationship with Oscar, even though it looks like we didn't really have a close one with Oscar, or at least not as close as Oscar would like. I'm wondering what jealousy tendencies that Theo has shown to us when we're together as a couple. Okay, so he definitely does not like that man. That makes even more sense when Oscar said he saw Theo across the street and tried to wave at him, and Theo just did not like this man at all. Even before then, okay. So even if we had broken up or not, Theo just does not like this man. Hell, he's probably carrying a torch for you for a long time, judging by the way he follows you everywhere. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Look at you, all ready to defend him. Okay, Theo, you want my help, correct? I think you just need to kind of be played nice here at this point, sir. What? Are you to an item now? Theo, you're gonna get on my last nerves already. I know you're a cute man, but sir, please. I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Hinkle. But it was necessary to mention him. I don't know anybody else who would have had that much information about high society. Besides, there has never really been anything, even if we did go to fundraising events together from time to time. It was strictly business, so Theo's just overly jealous even though everything with Mr. Hinkle has been business. Yet again, Theo seems to lose reason whenever we talk about Mr. Hinkle. I don't have the time or the energy to argue with him. What should I do? I mean, at this point, is there really any need to explain our relationship with Mr. Hinkle? I feel like even if we do, he's gonna say, yeah, right, that guy truly wants you. Are you too blind to see it? I feel like that's how Theo's gonna respond. Try to make him see reason? He's not gonna see reason on this. If I explain, I would assume we had to explain so many times before though. I'm gonna go ahead and explain and just see what Theo has to say. We're not anything. We go to fundraising events from time to time, but these are work. I've got to get money for my research from somewhere, you know? You gonna pay for my research, sir? Our relationship is strictly business. He gives me a dirty look. Sure, I believe you. No, he doesn't. Besides, what I do with him is none of your beeswax. His voice becomes even more irritated. That's right. It's not my concern. Yeah, buddy, we're broken up. Move along. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure he can keep his mouth shut about this case. I can't help but groan at this turn of events. I will. While we're on the subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about the blood that doesn't contain iron. I can take the blood samples to the university's chemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims, or their families at least. I'll trust your judgment. Thank you on that one, sir. I take it this is you agreeing to help with the case. That's right. There are lives at stake. He let out a soft smile, as though in quiet agreement with what I said. Thank you. Well, if you think it will be helpful, you can even ask the people you mentioned what they know using the evidence items. But these case files are for your eyes only. Understood. Detective Lottie's on the case. Magic Girl with the power to conjure up updated autopsy reports. Bro, if only I could actually do that in real life. I might be able to help out some people. He has fallen silent somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does this mean you're willing to hear about fairies, about Faeology? That depends. If this is indeed fairy doings, and if you're through your investigation, you can provide solid theories on 3 things: the culprit, their methods of murder, and their motives. Doesn't seem too bad, too hard, I say before I get crazy with all these evidence. Supported by evidence, of course. Of course, I know I need evidence. I'm sticking with the idea that there's a logical explanation, an earthly one for now. Fair enough. I wager that we, have approximately 24 hours to get some sort of answer, an answer that makes sense. I can feel the papers already getting to the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poisons. How about it, Faeologists? Do you dare take on this challenge? Do I? Hell yeah. Bring it on, detective. This brings a grin to his almost consistent brooding expression. Good. If you need anything from me, just ring me. Aye aye, sir. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you asked. I promise. But I can't promise not to scoff from time to time. You know what? That's perfectly fine, as long as you hear me out and keep your comments to a minimum. That's good enough. I ought to get going. Maybe this will be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of the academics. Maybe. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Have you, sweetie? Says you. Bio, hello, welcome. I hope you're doing well. The one who had to stop the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting the headlines. How do you... Oh, is that why we stopped the paper? Because our ex was in the headlines? Before I could finish, he had walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow, around the same time. And I hear the door close. Hey! I'm good. Missed you, huh? Missed you too, but definitely need to have another watch night. I'm definitely free this week if you want to DM me and see if maybe a demo's available. I exclaimed with a hint of frustration. After some thought, I realized that he must have noticed the missing newspaper on my desk and my assistant's. Reading papers was part of my daily routine when we were together. I can only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. As I'm reminiscing about a few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals themselves again. now that we're all done. Hey Oz, hi buddy, you're good, right? That was quite the reunion. Oh, right, Oz saw everything. Oh, that's kinda... It was quite the reunion indeed. He hasn't changed at all, has he? I suppose. Although you don't have an obligation to help him. I know. But I've already agreed. Very well. Just don't overwork yourself. Yeah, thanks. I think it should be Gucci to watch a certain soccer anime again despite everything, but in other news, rubs hands. Who are you romancing? I think there's different people to romance here. I'm pretty sure Theodore, our ex, who is a police detective, might be one. I haven't seen the other characters yet. A victim's manner of death, hardening into bony tissue, could be one of the fairy curses, ossification. If only I could ask Oz whether a fairy is behind this, and which one, but it is not that simple. Even if they are my longtime companion, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favors, and they are secretive about their land too. If a favor like that doesn't come cheap, ooh, do we have to give something up for that? At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on a reply to my patron's letter. Geez, hello, haven't been on your lives? That's perfectly fine. I know a lot of people's schedules are a bit different and they might not be able to catch it, but I'm glad you're here today. For some reason, he seems to be more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. We haven't seen what Oscar looks like yet either, so he might be one of the other love interests. I retrieve a paper and pen, and I mumble to myself as I write. Dear Mr. Hinkle, I hope your recent forays in high society have proven more fruitful than they have in... Should I be hyperbolic? Ooh. Yeah, let's be a bit playful with the letter. More fruitful than they have been in the centuries you've been roaming amongst their lavish ranks. Believe it or not, I've been considering whether the merits of trying to impress the wealthiest folk of the city outweigh the obvious indignities. You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Leo's Gala a couple months ago, and I'm still weighing my options. When is this gala gonna be though? He wanted this reply before tomorrow. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I had some yummy pizza and breadsticks, so my belly is full. I feel nice and good right now. I'm gonna try and romance some anime guys. How do I want to play this? Be coy? Be apologetic? Let's be apologetic. I still don't have a definitive answer for you at present, I'm afraid. I sincerely apologize for my indecisiveness. About Ruthie, I can't say I'm surprised to hear about her latest flirtations with disaster. Since we're both toddlers, she frequently found herself in trouble. Her fiery personality certainly doesn't help get her out of quarrels. I would love to telephone her and ask how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear that Theo was there to smooth things over for her. I have now arrived at the topic of Theo, or Detective Kraus, as my patron refers. Gala, yeah, there's supposed to be some party. This guy wants us to go with him. He seems... I don't know if it's a romantic implication he likes of us, or he's just interested because we are into Faeology and fairies. So it's kind of maybe a sensitive topic. I suppose his query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Theo. How should I answer? Sometimes my thoughts wander back to him. He and I are old news. I mean, we still technically think about him. We stopped getting papers because his name was in the headlines all the time. Will this get Hinkle jealous? Let's do this one. I murmur under my breath as I write. As for Theo, I must be honest that sometimes my thoughts wander back to him. However, such thoughts are fleeting at best. I have not a single moment of regret over the decision to end it. Upon sighing off, I seal the letter with wax. I then turn toward my trusted fae. Oz, can I please trouble you with something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you? Indeed. Time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. He'll see you by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It would be my pleasure. Thank you, Oz. I'm off. Bye, little buddy. I'll see you later today. And there he goes. That's good. Yeah, we gotta always romance the anime boys. I watch as Oz flits out of my office window and vanishes. Once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to the office. Yes, Professor? Hold on 1 second. I rubber through the contents of the box. Okay, so there's the blood samples. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rafer to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice that she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we've been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How'd it go with the detective? If you don't mind me asking. Oh no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements. As hard as it was for him to admit it. Yes, Minerva is super pretty. I don't know if she's romanceable, but I hope she is. Oh, good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match, at least. Yeah, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office again. Remembering the conversation about the case again, I'm suddenly engulfed by unexplainable, eerie feelings. I should start the investigation right away. Alright, so we can get... Ooh, okay. So we can drag and drop the items from inventory to our desks. Press the icon to open the inspector menu. Okay, and read insights gathered through the investigation. Oh, bro, I'm gonna have to really pay attention like an ace attorney. Use the magnifying glass to see the details in the evidence. Ooh, those are the pictures? Use the black light to see invisible things. Ooh, a black light? Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. Press the button to end the investigation. Gotcha. Alright, I'm on my desk. Record, okay. A case for Audrey, so it's 4 victims, Susan, Edna, and Mary. So we have 4 victims. Can I... Bro, I gotta figure out the tools again. Okay, so tools would be the black light, right? Okay, yeah, so tools would be book about Faeology, or magnifying glass, and then the black light. So record is that. And then we have the photos. Ooh, okay. So that's Audrey. Okay, so underneath them is each of their death photos. Susan does not look good at all. I think only Aubrey is the one that turned into some kind of bone-like structure. Edna, her fingers are kind of blackened. I'll make sure to check that. Mary, she was drinking, and when she died, looks like there's something there too. Any other evidence? There is. Photos. That's Woldridge. Let me make sure. Okay, Woldridge is Audrey. And then more family, that would be Susan. Okay. So it's their family photo. I guess that's her, the father, maybe the kids. And then for this photo, okay. Was this at the scene? Old coin. Yeah, it was. And makeup. So we got coin, makeup, a ring, and some invitation. Oh, that's the gala I was supposed to go to with Oscar. Huh. There's no way to get those photos and files on the table? I think so, yeah. You gotta, yeah, like that. You gotta drag and drop them to do it. To make it bigger, like that. I can just put them all together, actually, which is interesting. I kind of like that. This little detail to have them all together. So that would be hers, and then that's her family photo. So one of these evidences was someone else, right? Annual gala. That doesn't have a name. The coin, it just has a symbol. Alright, so that should be her, right? Let me put it back real quick. Did I put it back? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, you can move them around too. Okay, you can move the photos around. So it is Aubrey. This is her police report. And this is her photo, right? Woodridge? Her family photo, okay. So then I'm assuming, they said it was always middle-aged women that were the victim. So that has to be her. That's the victim here. And that might be daughter, husband, son, I'm assuming. So we have that. Can I open the file? I definitely should have been reading more. Can I drag that? Oh, you can! Oh, here we go. Okay, magnifying glass. Magnifying glass to look at the details of all the items. So Audrey Woodridge, 51 years old. Manner of death, hardening but into bony tissue. From afar, the corpse looks like carved wooden statue. Time of death 1:48 p.m. Alright, so she's affluent middle-aged woman in the city. The victim reported hearing strange noises and seeing strange phenomena in the days immediately preceding her death. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behavior, involvement in occult matters. Ooh, so they think an occult happened. Forensic report. No traces of drugs or poisons for what could have been extracted from the body. Further autopsy is still in progress due to the victim's manner of death. Woodridge. Now that's a familiar name. And that's her and the daughter. So this is the middle-aged woman and the collared blouse is the victim. I guess this elderly man in the suit is her father. The elderly woman wearing the cardigan is her mother, I suppose. Oh, it's the other one. This bespectacled man is perhaps her brother? Okay. Interesting. It is the same outfit. They said 41, so I assume they make her look old, but she doesn't look really old in this photo. The first victim's crime scene, unless this is an old photo of her. This is the first time I encounter something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. Something's odd with her fingers. Can I zoom in? It doesn't show much about her fingers, but I do know another victim, where is it, record, had something like that. So let me put these back. There is another victim, her, for Edna. Let's bring out Edna real quick, because her fingers are kinda not looking good, right? So it does, there we go, automatically. Edna Nieblet, 64 years old. Manner of death, gnawing her own fingers down to the bone. Jesus Christ! Time of death, 10:10 a.m. So girl just really gnawed her finger flesh like crazy, and I guess she died of blood loss or maybe shock. So she's also an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Police report. A friend of the victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off an invitation shortly prior to the victim's death. The friend also wanted to check up on the victim's well-being, as she'd allegedly been acting strangely at a party the night before. According to the friend, she witnessed an emotional charged conversation between the victim and a young factory girl. However, the friend didn't think much of the interaction at the time. At the crime scene, the invitation card dropped off by the friend was seen close to the victim's corpse. It was taken in as evidence, so that should be it. Forensic report, no traces of drugs or poisons. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. Note, blood does not contain iron. That's the weird one here. So they said there's an invitation, so it should be this one that's associated with her? Oh, do not pick up the case. Hold on. Dear God. Dear God. That on top. That here. Magnified. There we go. My patron invited me to this event. I'm still uncertain if I want to attend. Alright, so that's it. Let me make sure. I just wanted to see the name at the bottom. I can't tell what that says, but that's definitely a D. So there we see her fingers. It's the third victim's crime scene. Her fingers. I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. So something with fingers is what's connecting all the cases so far. Did I put that back? In the wrong spot. Next page, please. Let's do it like this. Put that there, put that there. There we go. Let's go back to the second victim. I haven't checked any of these other items either. All right, second lady. Oh, this photo's for her too, right? Yeah, it is, okay. Name, Susan Moore, 40 years old. Manner of death, refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Oh, so they're all dying in different ways. Time of death, 11:03 a.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. So they're all pretty rich. The victim's mother reported that the victim was suffering from a prolonged paranoid episode in the days leading to her death. Specifically, the victim was acting erratically and saying strange things. Forensic report, despite the manner of death, there are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis, no traces of drugs or poison. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. And her blood doesn't contain iron either. So that's her photo. Second victim's crime scene, her complexion. It's not quite the pale hue of death. Far paler than should be possible, almost drained of color. So there's something wrong with all of their fingers. So there should be tools. I didn't check this yet. So we have a book on different faes. Nice, okay. So there's a lot going on here, dear God. So something with their fingers. I wonder if something talks about that. Faes and insects. Some faeologists have applied Darwin's theory of natural selection to fae kind by putting them in the same genealogy line as insects. All right, insects supposed to be similar to each other. With a special black light, some species of butterfly can glow. Ooh, can glow by having chemical. Interesting. We do have our black light thing too. I gotta remember to use that. The similarities of fairy kind of insects, as well as birds and others in the animal kingdom, manifest in terms of variants of fairy magical abilities, power similar to metamorphosis. Wielders of transfigurative spells can make themselves or fellow fae take another form and appear human. Okay. So we've seen what our buddy Oz looks like, but if he wanted and other fairy wanted to, they can make themselves look like humans also. Many high faes have heightened powers of suggestion through the emission of toxins capable of causing hypnosis or illusions. So these girls did say they've been seeing some strange things and hearing strange things also, so that could be a possibility. Although quite rare, some high faes can transform living beings into solid objects such as stone or bone, and that's what happened with our first girl. Another example of fae magic is invisibility, which is similar to camouflage. Okay, we know Oz has done that so no one else can see him. Fae factions in conflict. There are two main factions of high fae, the scribes and the warriors. The scribes are known for their defensive magic and their intelligence. The warriors are known for their power and their offensive magic. Meanwhile, the low fae faction is comprised of faes with limited parasitic magic. They're widely maligned species that like to consume human blood, hormones, and even souls. Huh. Definitely a lot of information here. All fairies seem to be weak against iron. Okay. So can fairies somehow take out the iron and blood? Since it does say some of them like to drink blood, would the iron and blood actually hurt them? Although a small amount of iron, such as in meat or blood. Oh, never mind. So it's fine. It does not seem to ward off fairies, so they're good with blood. But why was there iron taken out of their blood? Historically, cold iron was often forged as weapons and used to repel fairy magic. Okay. When physics and chemistry is applied by faeologists to develop a special black light. Can I do this? I can do that to make it look better, of course. No, don't go over the file. Mother truckin'. Go away. Mother truckin'. We'll just, I don't wanna, there we go. Then the front. Okay. Beneath the black light, scribe magic appears blue. Ooh. Oh, so there's a scale here. Oh, it's a lot of information in this game. Scribe fairies, warrior fairies, changelings. Yeah, it's a lot of information. All right, let me go back real quick. Sustained black light illumination on an object imbued with fairy magic can reveal intricate details of certain complex spells. So I'm definitely gonna need the black light on some of these items once I'm done with all the profiles. The scribes are high faes who are capable of expressing benevolence and kindness that's similar to humans' kindness, and they tend to be friendlier to humans. So it might not be a scribe fairy? However, this kindness is only shown in the form of favor exchange, and they do not go out of their way to help others like humans would. The scribe magic that assists humans is contingent upon the favor that humans deliver to them. Okay, so they do need an exchange if they want to help you out though. So it could be a possibility, maybe one or two of these girls decide to have some kind of exchange with the fairies, but they don't hold the end of their bargain, and the fairies said, okay, you just get deaf then. For example, some scribe fae may use their magic to give blessings to humans who have done very special favors or boons for them via inheritable, invisible markings such as sigils or birthmarks. Markings! I wish I could see more of their fingers. Maybe there might be a marking. These blessings can last through generations. The rumored fae-touched bloodlines have become wealthy and powerful through the decades that they have been favored. Interesting. However, they may also use their magic as a curse, sometimes even deadly, if they feel offended or insulted. Some scribe fairies are also prone to pranks and mischief when they are bored. Warrior fairies. The high fairies of the warrior faction frequently reside in groups and are territorial. They are protective of their troops and tend to be unfriendly towards outsiders, especially if they come from the scribe faction or a human. They will smite anyone who interferes with their group. Humans entering their territory, even if accidentally, may face elimination through the warrior's offensive magic. Although fairy warriors typically remain with their own kind and seldom venture beyond the boundaries of the fairy realm, they are known for their aggressive temperament and volatile disposition. Caution is strongly advised when interacting with these beings. The thought of them meeting with a warrior fae seems very low if they kind of stay in their own group and by themselves. Because just the thought of somehow meeting up with a warrior fairy so quickly with all these 4 different women seems very low chances. Parasitic fairies. Fairies with limited magic consistently need food off other sources of energy, mostly drained from humans such as blood, hormones, emotions, and life force. Maybe parasitic. However, the mechanisms and rates of which these drainage processes occur greatly vary. So it's varied with their deaths too. Maybe it's a parasitic fairy. Notable incident, Changeling. There are uninformed rumors that some high faes like to capture humans and bring them into the fairyland for purposes such as forced reproduction, servitude, ritualized combat for the amusement, and so on. Okay, so I think we're dealing with the changeling. Yeah, I'm assuming it might be parasitic. We still haven't used the black light yet, so I'm gonna put the book back for now. And for her, I haven't looked at her family photo yet. So, this middle-aged woman with the pearls is the victim, so over here is our victim. I guess this elderly man with his facial hair is her father. This elderly woman with the fur collar is her mother, I suppose. The other man in the dark suit is maybe her brother. So we can put those back. Go down. There we go. Oh no, wrong photo. This goes here. This goes here. That goes here. Our last case, and then I'll look at the evidence. Points parasitic? That's me? Yeah, it is you. All right, so this case. Ooh, this is the youngest one out of everyone. Mary Hatcher. Manner of death. Death from shock due to arsenic poisoning. Huh. A young wait a minute, factory girl. Despite not fitting the trend of the previous victim profiles, she had been primarily included in this case because she was seen having a heated argument with the third victim shortly before the victim's death. So they're both dead. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself in the days before she passed. Shortly before her death, the victim visited the police station. According to the interviewing officer, she seemed to be on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face. She then appeared to change her mind. Did she see a fairy then? She hurriedly left the station without saying anything further to the interviewing officer. Prior to death, the victim suffered from violent abdominal cramping, followed by diarrhea and vomiting, consistent with the effects of arsenic poisoning. Jesus, she really suffered, didn't she? Traces of said poison can be found in blood, type A, and the glass she was drinking from near the time of death. Blood contains iron and other elements commonly found in human blood. So there's nothing wrong with her blood sample. This is the fourth victim's crime scene. Poor girl. It's a cruel thing to see youth being stolen so abruptly. So they say nothing about her fingers, which is interesting. So let me put that back. Now I want to investigate the actual items. Never seen a coin like this. It looks rare. Where is my other tool? Here. Oh! Excuse you. Hello, ma'am. Hello? What's happening? The coin just started burning? It is a parasitic fae. Hell yeah! It was looking like a coin the whole time. A failed transformation magic. Oh shit, it was a fae. And part of its wing is gone. Are there any other stuff? Let me bring out the other items real quick. I don't think she was affected by a fairy, but just caught up in an actual human homicide. Bro, that actually really sucks if that's what happened. So a wedding ring seems to be made out of pure gold and some, oh, not that. Makeup? I've seen this makeup powder somewhere recently. It's from Nectar Bell. This must belong to one of them, but which? I wonder if the owner likes the box design and carrying it around in her pocket since it's already used up. Perhaps the chemist has some interesting insight since her family owns the brand. Ooh, wait, what was the brand? Wait, give me the name. Nectar Bell. Okay, so someone owns this brand. So we got the fairy body. I'm gonna just put that to the side real quick. We got that. So it does glow. Dang, I gotta take out everything. Hold on. Let me put these all to the side. Magnifying glass to the side. Tools. Let me get my fairy book out again. Okay. There was... Okay. The device. Blacklight. All fairy kinds seem to be weak against iron, although a small amount of iron, such as in meat or blood, does not seem to ward off fairies. Historically, cold iron was often forged as weapons to use to repel fairy magic. Alright. The intricate use of iron, combined with physics and chemistry, is applied by Faeology to develop a special blacklight. Okay, so that's what this is for. Okay. So what did these scales mean? His is like kind of red where the wing was ripped off, it looks like. But then purple, like a deep purple over the body. So how do I read this? Scale of value? Oh god, it's sideways. Oh my god. I can't even turn the book. Beneath the black light, scribe magic appears blue. Ah, this is magic. Gotcha. Okay. His is like a pinkish red, purple, and parasitic magic purple or violet. That's what it is. Okay. So parasitic is purple or violet. We know that it's parasitic because we said it also. But there's also slight red on the wings. So would that mean it was attacked by a warrior fairy? Let's check the other items. This doesn't have any magic on it. Okay. This one, it does show it. Weird. It shows the purple, but with slight red. So red is definitely warrior magic, and parasitic magic is purple or violet. So a warrior fairy definitely had to touch this. There's nothing on that. Anything on the invitation? Nope. All right, we can put the invitation up. Let's put that up. There's, They said we might know who owns this, but they don't really give information. It can't be the factory girl. Her? She has the invitation on her, so it might not be her evidence. They're all affluential. Warrior got pissed at parasitic? Possibly. That's the only thing I can see. They will attack other people in their territory, or even if they meet up with them by chance. So it's definitely a parasitic that did this, but did it do everything? That's the thing I'm not sure. All right, let me put the makeup up. The ring and the parasite definitely needs to stay out. Anything else in my Fae book? Her parasitic all says what it feeds off of. Humans such as blood, hormones, emotion, and life force rates greatly vary. Changelings composed of her Fae type, typically parasitic type. Haha, okay. A changeling is composed of several Fae, typically of the parasitic type, magically transformed to look almost exactly like an abducted human. Due to the complexity of the Fae magic required to create a changeling, the enchantment almost goes... Anomalies common among changelings include an extra finger or an extra toe. Hold on. These are all their bodies, right? Crap, where did the photo go? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think we're good with that. So these are all their actual bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta check to make sure. Can't really see in this photo. I think it's 5 too. Yeah. Something odd with her fingers. So I did talk about the fingers a lot, but I can't really look too closely at it. 1 here, 2, there's 3, 4, and then I think this one here is 5. I wonder what about her fingers do we think is weird though? Let me check her again. That's 1, 2, 3, that's 4, and that should be 5, right? Her complexion is not quite the pale death of hue. Far paler than it should be, almost drained of color. What do we notice about the fingers? That's definitely 5, right? Or am I bugging? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5, but this also looks like it might be an extra finger. But I feel like if there's an extra finger, wouldn't they note that down in the autopsy? That's something not everyone has. Let me check the other victim. All right, yeah. Saying about her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5? I can't tell if this is an extra one. I wish this was bigger so I can see better. And this is hard to count too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's put this one back. And her, oh, wrong photo. Where'd it go? There we go. We only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she died from arsenic poisoning. They didn't say she saw anything strange, right? Let me bring out her report one more time to make sure. Oh crap, where did there we go. All right, let me make sure. Did it say anything about her seeing something strange? No, it's arsenic poisoning. Clear this case because she was arguing with someone else. All they said was she was not acting like herself. Nothing about her maybe seeing visions, talking to herself, hearing other people. All right, and then she changed her mind when she was there, which is interesting. Okay, so she had iron. Could a changeling do this? Nearby heat conductors, such as small metallic objects, have also been known to repel or to warp the magic-creating changelings. Or metal objects. Is gold metal? Gold is a type of metal, is it? Okay. We have the fairy's body. It's definitely a parasitic type, but it also could be a changeling type. And we know... Oh, wrong thing. And we know it messed with this, and that's the body. Okay, so gold is metal. Okay, I'm making sure. I'm like, is gold metal? I don't remember. Parasitic or a changeling? I don't think there's any other info. Can glow, heavy chemical known as phosphorus, which fairy has. We know that part. The similar is a fairy kind of insects. We might as well possess transmutation. Take another form, including appearing human. So it did try to turn itself into a coin. But why a coin out of all things? Is it because the ladies were rich and that's what they liked, like money? It's Mary, Edna, Susan, Aubrey. We looked at all the photos. Nothing strange, right? Let me see if I can look at their fingers. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Just fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bro, they gotta be counting fingers like crazy, like it's AI or something. Record. Let me put that back. Okay, let me put the book back real quick to make room. Put this to the side. We got our fairy, right? Doesn't say anything else? Nope. Okay. Making sure. So we know they both glow purple with slight redness to it. So definitely parasitic fairy with a warrior fairy, maybe. Let me look at their profiles one more time. Okay, so Aubrey, 51. So her body was hardened. An affluent middle-aged woman in the city. To report having heard strange noises, seeing strange phenomena in the days. So she did see some weird things. Victim's behavior in cult matters. No drugs or anything found in the body. It's familiar name. Woolridge. Oh, is that... If we say familiar, does that mean because her family is the one who made this? Is that what it's saying? Makeup powders from Nectar Bell. One of them, but which? Okay. Famous brand, so it might be it. So if they don't say anything about the name sounds familiar, it might just be that. Oh crap, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, bro. So let's put that up. So that would be Wooldridge. This would be more. Would you hear me out on an insane theory? Yeah, go ahead. I love all theories here as I try and figure this out. More. Refusing to drink her own blood. Drink anything but her own blood. So she wanted to drink blood, her own. Middle-aged woman, suffering from prolonged paranoid episode. So she also had these weird episodes. Radical and strange things. No dehydration or hemochromatosis. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. Her blood does not have iron. They specifically said that about her. Okay, so for Wooldridge, she's the one who turned to this bone statue. They said her name is familiar. Susan, she's the one who wanted to drink her own blood, end up dying. Her blood has no iron in it. So this would be Edna. 64. Gnawing her own fingers down to the bone. Affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Friend of a victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off the victim. Okay, this is the lady who argued with the other girl. Check on the victim's well-being as she allegedly became acting strange at the party before. Most in the charged conversation. So what did they argue with? The crime scene, the invitation card dropped off by the friend. So that's the thing was on the corpse. Blood type unknown. No traces of drug. Her blood does not contain iron, so it's those two. Okay. What if, say, the young girl was perhaps protected by a warrior, and because she was getting in an argument with the ladies, warrior got mad? Ooh, I can kind of see that happening. As far as we know, the girl only argued with Edna. So we already did the girl. Rich lady is connected to the parasitic fae. That's what it definitely seems like, because something also killed this fae. Young factory girl. Yeah, so we saw that. And as soon as she was going to report something, nothing happened. She saw something and then she ran away. And we got her blood type. And her blood is normal. Let me go back. So it is Susan and Edna who don't have iron in their blood for some reason. And their bodies were unchanged. With Audrey, it was kind of hard to get any samples of her blood based on what happened to her body. Okay. Their bodies are unchanged. We know she dies from arsenic poisoning. They only added it to the case because she had an argument with her here. Yeah, so we definitely know it's parasitic fairy, but something definitely else happened. And who is this ring for? They all said there's something strange with some of their fingers. Maybe something to do with the ring. Maybe they have like a weird burn mark on their finger. I think that's everything also. Yeah, we know it's parasitic. I think that's everything as far as I know. Let's look at the fairy book one more time, and I guess we'll tell them that it's a parasitic fae? Unless there's something else to this more. Okay. Ooh, to use our brains at full power. We gotta use our brains at full power here. Oh yeah, we know they kind of look like butterflies or moths. Behavior. Like, I know we talked about this lady being frozen in like a bone structure. I think it's a different fairy compared to the parasitic though. High toxins, yeah. Fail for impaired human. I mean, not yet documented. Some high faes can transform living beings to solid objects such as stone or bone. So it's only a high fairy. So would a parasitic be a high fairy? That's the thing. So they do have their own conflicts. The low faction phase comprises limited parasitic magic. But low faction or just parasitic? It's a lot of info, man. Yeah, alright. There's not much else in this information, so we're gonna go ahead. The game devs definitely gave me a walkthrough just in case I do get stuck, so we'll see what happens here. We went through all of our information. I'm like 95% sure it's this parasitic fae, but there's definitely something much more deeper than that, but we'll just go ahead. Yeah, hold on, wait. I don't want to look at the... Damn, I should have saved. Oh, help, can I save? Oh no, not that. I was wondering if I could save, but I guess not. I was wondering if I could save. Oh wait, hold on. Does it show the info? I'll click. Ah, okay, now that I got the info, I can just go through it. That makes that so much easier, okay. I did not even realize that. Apart from the wounds, strange marks on the victim's fingers. Hold on. Yeah, so that's Edna. Exit real quick. Susan, strange mark on her fingers. Do all of them have it? Strange mark on her fingers. Does she? Is it the ring, maybe? Only she doesn't have this strange mark, so she's definitely the odd one out of everyone here. Okay, let's go ahead and just end, and we'll pray. We'll pray I got something. A knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. I realize the sun has set while I've been absorbed in the investigation. Come in. Is it Theo? Oh, it's my assistant. Hello, Minnie. My assistant enters the office. Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples, and she wants to talk to you. Already? What'd she find? Yeah, she's just out of the door. I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised at her work speed. All right, send her in. Minnie nods. She returns to the reception area. Ooh, hello, ma'am. You look nice. I love your scarf. That's really pretty. Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It has been only 3 years since she has worked at this university, but she has proven herself reliable more often than not. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Dr. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives me her lab report. Here you go. Thank you. So, what have you found? The most peculiar thing is that there is no iron in one of the blood samples. Say, is this fairy related? Her question prompts me to ask myself, to what extent of the case can I divulge to her? Theo did say that I may ask the patron of her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, can she handle seeing crime scene photos? As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice has taken on a higher pitch. This is so exciting. Are you working with the police? Does this mean that we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh my, we're going to be in the papers, aren't we? And not the usual corner spots too. Oh, I can hardly contain myself. I'm glad you're excited, but there's like 4 murder victims at this point, ma'am. It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As if on cue, a knock on the door arrived to spare me. Is it Theo this time? The specific knock sound is similar, more familiar than when my assistant knocks. It's Oscar! Oh, wait, Oscar kinda hot too. Hello, sir. Hi. So this is the guy that's been our patron. He's been funding for all of our research. Thank you. Hello, special delivery. Yourself? Mr. Hinkle's hands are empty. And what, pray, might you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Hinkle? If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. But I did bring a box of huckleberry muffins for your office, and he brought food? Bro. All right, he's good. He's good. Minerva was instantly enamored by their buttery scent. She's currently feasting on them. We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello there, Florence. I didn't expect to see you in this office. Hello, Mr. Hinkle. Fancy seeing you here. Although, you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. She chuckles. That's just because this is where all of my money went. A well-spent investment, nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford, but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looked at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. The usual matters, I suppose. I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. The colorful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. Oscar, sir, how old are you? I'm rather curious. You know, I can't share all that much, Mr. Hinkle. Unless, of course, you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry department's benefactor, then all of their secrets are yours. A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking. Oh, I'm not buying that one, not for a second. He's telling fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well, now, I certainly don't want to get in the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It will make proposing for research much easier, with a bit of delicate leverage, naturally. Mr. Hinkle laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. On another note, Mr. Hinkle, did you get my letter? Is that the reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head in assent. Your words have always had this immersive impact on me. Perhaps that is why you are such an effective educator. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Oh, he might actually really be into me then. Hold on, sir. Are you putting a spell on your letters by any chance? Oh, he really is into me. I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Hinkle. Your muffins, for one, have always been successful in getting Minnie's guard down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. Are we flirting? I suppose it's time to take my leave and let you both be. I'm due somewhere shortly anyhow. Oh no, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Hinkle laughs in silence as he continues staring into my eyes. It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. I wonder what should I do. I ought to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in such a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Hinkle to return another day, since I need to have an important conversation with Dr. Radford right away? Or should I dismiss the chemist and meet with my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. We want to know about this case, but want to talk to this man more. Soliciting Dr. Radford's opinion on the case may be a good idea. She could share some insight on the chemistry side of the case. Her parents own a successful company that produces the powder makeup into evidence. She would also know the social happenings among the wealthy elites. On the other hand, Mr. Hinkle is also a viable candidate for an interview. His connections within high society know no bounds. Everybody seems to know him one way or another. He might know things Dr. Radford doesn't. Since he has been funding my research for a long time, he's also more familiar with fairy topics. Whom should I interview? Oh, don't give me a choice. Can I save? Hold on. Mother truckin'. Where's the save in this game? Hinkle or Radford? Hinkle knows about fairies because he's interested in them, but I might need Radford, really, with all her chemistry talk about the blood and stuff like that. I want to talk to you, man, but I gotta figure out this case. Maybe next time? Dr. Radford, would you mind staying a little longer? I'd like to hear your opinion about something. Dr. Radford glances at me, and then at Mr. Hinkle, and then back at me with a glimmer of mischief in her smile. Are you sure, Professor? I let out a resigned sigh. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to deal with her teasing. Yes, you, ma'am. When I address my patron once more, regret colors my tone. Mr. Hinkle, would you mind coming back another day? I have something crucial to discuss with the doctor at present. Of course, I understand your scientific pursuits precede all else. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank God he's okay with this decision at least. Thank you for dropping off those muffins. He only replies with a smile. I'll see you soon, right? As soon as possible, I promise. Mr. Hinkle and Dr. Rayford exchange brief goodbyes. My patron then departs. Oh, okay. So Hinkle's not a bad person as far as I know. He's very kind of eccentric, definitely has a thing for me, which I do not mind, honestly. Bro has been funding my research for all these years, so I definitely gotta still be nice to this man, but I can't talk to him right now. Hopefully we get some insight on this blood work. I'm alone with the chemist again. Doctor, I might need your further assistance regarding the blood samples and also something more pressing. So it is true. You are working with the police. I suppose. Detective Krause consulted me this morning about an ongoing criminal case. Oh. Do I sense some old flames flickering back to life? Your eyes are tricking you, Doctor. It has been ashes for a long time now, and nothing has changed. There's a hint of disbelief in her eyes, but I won't indulge in her playful teasing as there is more important matter at hand. I clear my throat. So, I would also like to ask you for information, as you may be acquainted with some of the victims or their friends and families. All right. Oh, thank God, yeah, she'll give me information about that too. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you. Although I do need your sworn secrecy on this. Of course. I'm adept at keeping secrets. You need not worry. Those samples I analyze are part of the evidence in this case, right? That's right. Let us begin. I tell her the fundamental facts of the case, while she listens silently all the while. When I finish my summation, she has only one word to say to me. Interesting. Ooh, so do I record? Oh, the blood samples and the report? Ahaha! So this is the report she gave me. Can I see more? We got the blood sample. So we got Mary's and Edna's. We have the dead Fae body. So it looks like we gave her the case, right? Oh, nothing on the desk. Do I gotta click on her here? I'm in my office, hold on. We have the blood samples. 1, 2. Oh, I see, hold on. Click and go over to her. Crap, hold on. It did the thingy. I wasn't paying attention, hold on. There we go, that's how it is, okay. I found traces of arsenic in this blood sample. Yes, That was reported by the forensics team too. One wonders, who could have done such a thing to a poor girl? Actually, chemists do sell arsenic to common people to make their own weed killer and rat poison. Oh, so arsenic is easy to get, okay. I haven't done that in some time, not since the university contract. But I'm sure the detective has asked his henchmen to collect purchase records from chemists all over the city, don't you think? Interesting. So we do know, let me go like this way. And Edna, Mary? Yes, the most intriguing piece of evidence. It's weird, isn't it? That it doesn't contain iron at all, even though it looks just like human blood. Not to mention, the high percentage of phosphorus is not... That is not human blood then, right? Would you let me know if it ended up being a fairy after all? Is that fairy blood? Because they talked about how fairies have lots of phosphorus in them. Only if I'm allowed. Is there any insight from chemistry as to why there would be no iron in a red-colored blood? Sadly, no. I'm just as puzzled myself. Is it fairy blood? Let me put that back. There we go. I've done my best to put all the details here, although I might have missed something regarding the curious blood sample. Dang, is that it? I can show her the evidence scenes, can't I? Oh, I gotta be careful when I want to show her though. As long as it's not the cases, it should be fine. So let's go ahead and show her everything. Maybe not the fairy. Wait, hold on. Who made this? Ah, that's who it is. It's her parents. My parents' greatest achievement. It's one of the things I wanted to ask you, Doctor. I don't know much about makeup. How popular is this powder among high society? The powder has been the craze lately among the upper class, since my parents have successfully gotten Mary Pickford to do its advertisement. Well, I'll be. Okay, so a lot of these ladies use it. Can you tell me about the families? This is a family photograph of the Woodridge. Ah, yes. It was ever in the papers when her father married the famous and one of the most beautiful socialites. The other man here is Mrs. Woodridge's stepbrother. Oh, it's a brother, okay. Do you know anything about these people? Aside from being fabulously wealthy and well-known, not particularly. Okay. What about them? This is Mrs. Moore and her family. Could you tell me what you know of them? Well, I heard that when Mrs. Moore's biological parents passed away, she was adopted by her parents' trusted employees, for whom she received a lot of love. These employees couldn't have children, you see? Her biological parents left her a substantial inheritance, which she received when she came of age. Then, when she was married, out of love, to a wealthy entrepreneur, they're hand in hand wherever they went. It's a sad thing. Her luck seemed to slip away just when she needed it most. Dr. Rayford seems to know more about Mrs. Moore than she let on earlier. While she sounds quite sympathetic, I could somehow sense a hint of jealousy in her voice. Ma'am, jealousy? About what? We got that info. I guess the crime scene? Don't freak out about this, right? There's no sound to be heard as she stares at the photograph for a little while. I wonder if this is too much for her. Is this Mrs. Woodridge? It's a little difficult to recognize her because of, well, she speaks with her usual sunny lid, which is quite surprising. I agree, she's got a strong stomach. Yes, you're correct. What do you know of her? Everyone knows her and her family, and that's pretty sure. They're one of the richest in the cities, elites of the elites. According to their circle, only consists of very selective people, such as your patron, I imagine. Oh, and their family likes to host charity events. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Unfortunately, what I told you previously is all I know about her. If she did dabble, do you think maybe her manner of death is a result of occult matters? It is certainly a possibility. Okay. And then what about her? Mrs. Moore? She recognized the victim quite fast this time. We've met once or twice at a clothing store and exchanged a few pleasantries. Occasionally, I would see her and her husband at various dinner parties as well. They were a lovely couple. Alright, and what about this one? Ah, yes, I know her. Although, I can't seem to recall her name. Miss Neblet. That's right. I saw her quite often at the auction, only going for rare coins. Okay, and we know the parasitic fairy disguised itself as a coin, so is that where she got it? As usual, the winning bid was hers. I wonder if some of those coins carry some sort of curse, so they came from God knows where. Okay, we're getting somewhere. What about her? Do you happen to know this girl? Unfortunately, no, I don't know her. It's surprising that she seemed rather unfazed by quite the gruesome photographs. I wonder if she had been seen worse deaths caused by chemicals. Although, even if I had seen worse, I doubt I could muster such cheer. I never realized this peculiar side of her. That should be everything. Would you say something about the ring, maybe? I'm still curious about that. My, are you proposing to me, Professor? I'm afraid my heart still belongs to my late husband. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can hear sorrow seeping through her peppy voice. Quietly, I slipped the ring back into the box. Alright, so we do have this. So I think we asked everything that we should. Which one was it? Hold on, make sure. It is this one here. Mary, who actually likes going to auctions and buying coins. And we know this fairy here disguised itself as a coin, so I can kind of see that connecting. Yeah, we got all the information we need, as far as I know. Oh, it might be kind of stuck. Lady, I got this ring off a dead body, right? There we go. So I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. It's no problem. Don't hesitate to reach out if you require anything else. I give her a brief nod. And there she goes. I got the ring off a dead body, bro. She doesn't need to know that one. Dr. Rayford then departs from my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant props into the office. Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else I can do to help you? No, I'll be perfectly fine. I think. I'll stay and work for a bit longer. Alright, see you tomorrow, Professor. Have a safe trip home. Upon wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. Now we're here with all the evidence. Alright, I still have some time until I have to wrap up my work day and head home for the office. We got some new stuff now, okay. Okay. So will it give us something new? We're gonna do the investigation ourselves for that, but with this? Haha, okay, so we do have some more information. There we go, now we add some more information. So she's known among her peers for rare coin collection. This one. Victim and husband were often seen together. Would that be the ring? It's unclear whether the victim was involved in occultism. Gotcha. This one. My source pinpoint their relations. The paragraph consists of the family victims. The victim, adoptive father, adoptive mother, and the victim's husband. Gotcha, okay. So we know more about the family dynamics. Victim, biological father, stepmother, and stepbrother. So now we have the blood sample, right? Can I go ahead and look at that bit more? Ooh, front, there we go. There we go. This is Dr. Rayford's lab report on the blood samples. The content is quite similar to the forensic report. While elements similarly found in human blood, such as phosphorus, carbohydrates, and some proteins, are found in the victim's third body, it doesn't contain iron. Moreover, the amount of phosphorus found is in a higher percentage than that in the human blood, making it possible for this fairy blood, right? The fourth victim's blood appears to be normal human blood, with iron present. Traces of arsenic also found. Although there is some new information, I expected the report to be more detailed. Then again, I did ask her to finish it as soon as possible, and she delivered. Okay, so we do know that. Yeah, it has to be a changeling then, right? So a changeling and also a regular parasitic fairy together? Changeling experience that some fays like to capture humans, bring them into the fairyland for purposes such as force protection. You change behind to mask their absence. Okay. So if this is a changeling situation for the third victim. So if they did kidnap her for real and brought them to the fairy land and left the changeling in its place, why would the changeling be dead? What happened to it? Ooh, if it is a changeling and she still had the coin here, which turned into the parasitic fairy, will the fairy still eat off the changeling because it just wants its meal? Would that be it? Fairy on fairy crime? Prior anomalies. So there are anomalies. Her fingers is what's tripping me up. They said she gnawed them. I wish I could. No, not that. Go away. I wish I could see better of the photos, honestly. Look at them front. What is fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't tell if this sliver is 1 or if that's 5. So it's hard to tell, honestly. Because they say that's what makes it different. So it might be a changeling involved in this. A record. Let's look at the blood samples real quick. Let me put that. Oh, lab report. We'll put that back. Where'd it go? God, hold on. Photo, lab report, and then the fairy body. So let's look at the blood samples and see if it does anything. I've read somewhere that most insects don't have iron in their blood. All right, so definitely changeling then. That has to be the only solution. At least for that person. Arsenic, huh? And why the arsenic poisoning for the other girl? Info real quick. Lab report, yeah, so definitely changeling, not human, something wrong there. And then we have arsenic in the blood. And they saw there's arsenic in her body. Oh, blacklight. Oh crap, you're right. Oh my god, blacklight. Hold on. Let me bring out both tools. Blacklight. Does it? Oh, you're right. Hell yeah. Okay. And it's still this purple red. Interesting. All the evidence had purple red. Was only one color per fairy. Parasitic magic purple or violet. It's the double. It has some red in it. Is it a half changeling, maybe? Like a half fairy, like half warrior, half parasitic? Is that possible? Huh. Yeah, definitely. So that would be, make sure. Whose blood? Oh, not that. Go back there. Ooh, move that. Record. Go back here. So Edna. So it'll be Edna's. So Edna's not Edna. It's a changeling. So we have 2 fairies at this point. Or maybe 3 if someone actually kidnapped the real Edna. Yeah, let's go ahead and confirm to end this. It's the next afternoon. Oh, did I represent my evidence? I should be grading assignments. Or reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday. Or do something productive in the realm of professional duties. Instead, I find my attention staying more and more toward the office door. Oh, Theo's gonna barge in, isn't he? I voice my frustrations to good old Oz. Theo will probably arrive at any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. And why should it do so now? My voice cracks with concern. This time, he came to you bearing in mind the possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy companion's chirping becomes increasingly stern this time. But you need to get yourself together. You must remain steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Don't permit your voice to falter, representing your findings. I know. I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just that he's never solicited my opinion quite in this manner. Professional insight, no less. All the more reason to be as calm as you can be. Maintaining your composure is essential to delivering a persuasive argument. But no matter what happens, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, he's the one who needs to solve this case. You're right. Of course you are. I'm not a detective. I'm simply a professor sharing my perspective. Thank you, Oz, for always taking me off the edge. Just then, somebody knocks on the door. Okay, gotta present my findings to this man. That's my cue to steal past your window ledge. Best of luck. Thank you so much, Oz. I am very nervous. I whispered a hurry goodbye to my fairy friend. I'll see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention to the door. Come in. My assistant marches in. Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. All right, send him in. Minnie nods once again and walks out of the room. Oz the real route? Bro, I would not hesitate to romance Oz, to tell you the truth. I will smooch the crap out of that fairy. Theo paces around a little bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. He finally stops and opens his mouth. So, what have you learned? I take a deep breath. Here it goes. I had to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective in the police force. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scenes unfolded. He's agonizingly familiar with the grit and the grime of the city's darkest recesses. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous, the theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm and collected, just as Oz suggested. I've read the case files. Victims' odd behavior shortly before death can be due to hypnotic spells from fairies. So is he gonna refute everything I say and I'm gonna have to argue back? The fourth victim went to the police station, but before she said anything, it seems she saw something that scared her away. What if she saw something not human? Just hear me out, In the manner of death. He interrupts me before I can finish. Bro, just hear me out at this point. I have no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our department this morning, so they found out about some of these deaths. So that's why he looks agitated. The chief is preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this. So I'll just cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Hell yeah. Yes, I'm certain of it. We got the body, at least. I can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to first lay out the basics, since I'm pretty sure you discarded the things I've told you in the past. He grumbles, as if in admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairies: warrior, scribe, and parasitic fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic. Scribes' magic tend to be defensive, and parasitic magic is, well, parasitic. We Faeologists had developed a tool called Blacklight to detect traces of fae magic. It can even be detected through photographs if the magic is especially— Photographs! I didn't use it on the photographs! Did I? Shit! Oh shit! I didn't use the blacklight on the photographs. I didn't even think about it. I just thought of objects. Oh my god. If I would have done the photographs, maybe I would have seen if the changeling was actually in charge. Oh my god. Oh no. Please don't tell me that's gonna ruin my investigation. I did not think about the damn photos. Warrior magic glows red, scribe magic blue, and parasitic magic shines purple. Bro, do not tell me the photographs are gonna break my case. I found that seemingly, fairies of one specific class are behind this. Which one is it? It is parasitic, right? Parasitic, right? What's there to save? They're the parasitic class. What is the evidence? Well, we got the dead. The photographs kill me. We have the dead fae. How's this real parasitic involvement? I put the dead fae beneath the black light. This is a dead parasitic fae. Look, it glows under the black light. Is this dead bug the one behind the murders? I mean, it's not a bug, but... And I can see the purple traces. But what about this red glow? He's right. Ah! What else you got? Damn, so it's not that. Do I have anything that's simply purple? Everything else has red on it. Oh, I'm so bad. I didn't check the damn photographs. Oh my god. Should I have checked the photographs? Shit. Because when you look at the blood sample and the ring, it still shines slightly red to them. So there's more to it. Oh, I'm gonna crash out. I might look up the walkthrough the devs gave me. Because now I'm not sure. Hold on. Give me a sec. Contain spoilers? I do not care about spoilers because this whole thing is throwing me off. Oh, there's different endings. Yeah. Yeah, they never mentioned anything about the photos being under the black light. But when she said you can use the black light on photos, if the magic is that powerful, it will show through. I feel like, I'm dying. I hope the photos aren't something big. I'm gonna be so pissed off. I just need accuracy. Hold on. During investigation, hovering, okay. Smoke, and then, okay. Ooh, wait a minute. I'm sorry? That was, yeah, it was never mentioned. I'm so mad. Warrior, which one is it? Wait a minute. This walkthrough has a different fairy. Hold on. Yeah. Oh shit. Would it be warrior? What? Parchment circle. Why does it look purple? Wait a minute. Shit, I need to go back and read the book. Oh my god. I think there's a detail in the fairy book I did not notice. Oh my god. I was acting so confident. Can I go back? Crap. Can I? Oh, I should have saved. I'm gonna... Oh no. I don't want to start over. Oh my god. Can I go back? Shit. So... it didn't talk about the little girl, but from what I've seen, the warrior fae changed the girl with the changeling, the third lady with the changeling. Oh my god, hold on. From what I'm seeing, it was warrior. I'd never... Shit, did it say warrior switch people with changelings? I thought it was all fairy types. I did not... Crap, can I go back? I can't go back! What is the evidence? I'm wrong here at this point, but if I can get accuracy for the others, should it be fine? The fairy going, yeah. Blood is fairy blood. How does purple trace a parasite magic or say a pardon is dead fae? Faeology imitation magic. And we have the ring. Bro, this is killing me. Okay, so we kind of messed up at the beginning, but I'll still do all the right answers after, and maybe it'll be fine. It'll be alright, I don't know, but we'll see. Third victim's blood sample. We're just gonna go ahead. How does this prove parasitic involvement? It doesn't, but I'm so bad. Was it really warrior? Yeah, it glows under the black light. What about this red glow? Because I chose parasitic, I'm fucked. Can I go back? I'm so fucked at this point. If I can just reinvestigate. I didn't save at all either. I'm so pissed off. Oh my god, I should have saved. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're running out of time. I couldn't buy food from the new drugs place either. Yeah, can I fast forward if I start over again? Hold on, I'm gonna skip all this. I don't want to go over the sad ass part. Yeah, whatever. Call me a horrible person, dude. I'm so bad. Okay, yeah. Anger is containment. Everyone, see you again. Bye. Okay, yeah. Yeah, then we have a bad relationship. We don't ever see him again. Okay. Okay, let me just... Bro, I'm so done. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Finish reading assignments like yesterday. Then half hours for myself back to work. Bro, is it not over? Then it strikes me. I'm no more angry at Theo than I am myself. How did I fail this? It's not my fault. I didn't see anything, man. What is it? A knocked way to encourage me. Perhaps you didn't hear me? Yeah, what is it? Oh my god. I just want to get to the beginning again. I'm so mad. I do not want to do all the investigation again either. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Bro. Can a meteorite just hit me right now and take me out? Yeah, he had a broody expression when he left. I figured that the meeting didn't go well. I can stay longer today if you need to talk. Oh shit, there is. Is it over? Yeah, okay. We're gonna do this right. Okay. Can I... Shit. I didn't load anywhere. No. Okay, we're gonna use fast forward. Okay, we're gonna speed run this because I cannot right now. I am going to take myself out. We're speed running this. I cannot believe it. I'm gonna have to look back. Do I want to do a different response here? Ooh. Reach out for the box. Go ahead. He has a smile? Okay. Tease him? Does teasing him work? Is it gonna even give me an ending with him? Honestly, at this point, I don't care getting an ending with him. I just want to be right. Try to make it seem a reason. Oh, bruh, this man. He already pissed me off as a possible love interest. He's very stubborn. That's what he is. He's a stubborn man. Try to make him see reason. Let's do this. No, let me do this. Let me just go ahead. I don't care if I romance this man or not. I just want to get this case done. Accept the challenge. Go ahead. Yep. Okay. Should I be poet? Yeah. Our letter to this guy. I'll be apologetic. Go for it. Yeah, okay. And you sent off the letter, and we got the box, and I got through everything again. Oh, dear God, okay. Okay. Oh, dear God. Oh, I'm gonna crash out. Yeah, I got everything again. Okay, where are you? There you go, yeah. Let's fast forward that, okay. All right, speed running this. We're speed running this so I can actually get a nice ending and show this man that I'm smart as hell and show what he's missing in our relationship. I gotta check that book one more time. I'm gonna make sure to check the photos with a black light just in case too. Just to be thorough. Where is it? There we go. Okay, yeah. Yee. I'll put that back. Photo. And I'll check my black light. Tools, black light. Go ahead. Let's make sure. Okay. We see there is nothing in her photo. Nothing. Record. Let's go back. Here. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Nothing in this photo. Record. Go back. Here. Evidence. Bro. There we go. Nothing here. Is there anything? Nothing? Okay. Was I bugging or is it the family photo? So that's gonna show something. Come on. Kiwa. Oh, game. Bro. Okay, game. Let me just go ahead and do that. I do not want to end my investigation. Okay, game. We'll go back to that one. Did I get the info for that? I sure as hell did not. Well, but whatever. I am just speed running as fast as I can. Ooh, there is something. Oh my god. Oh my god, you could use it on the photos. That's what I was missing. They are occultists. Oh my god. They are occultists. It's a cult symbol. Oh shit. Oh shit. So they do have a cult symbol. What about here? She has it too. They're part of a cult with the fairies? Oh my god. Okay. And this, yeah, and then it burns into the fairy. Yeah. You good, buddy? This actually looks interesting. Does it not go back? Oh, I had to hold on to it. Okay. Yeah, we got the dead fairy. Okay. Tools, not that. Let's go back here. We have the traces. It's nothing on that. This. It's a wedding ring, yeah. Record, we go back. So they are occultists. There's nothing here. There you go. Info on that. Record. Let's go back. Let's put that back. I think it was this photo, right? Yeah, that has something. So the other photo, this one. Let me put this body. Hold on. This one wouldn't. Did this one give you? There we go. Okay. Okay. We can put that back. We can put that here. Tools. I gotta check. They said warrior. Let me check the changeling part. Hold on. Changeling. There are unconfirmed rumors that some high faes like to capture humans and bring them into. Okay. So it's not specifically warrior fairies. It's just any fairies that are high level. Leave behind changeling behind to mask their absence. Okay. Fae. To live a parasitic type. Magically transformed to look almost exactly like an abducted human. So changeling are composed of several fae types. So that would be why maybe the blood was 2 different colors. Always goes airwire. So there are anomalies. Okay. Okay. Been known to repel or warp magic creating changeling. Small metallic object. So whose ring was this? Did we ever figure that out? There was a lady with a couple, right? I think we're good here. I'm gonna go ahead and then we'll talk to that lady and we'll get more information and then I think I can go from there. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead, lady. We need to talk to her because she gave us the information about the blood and stuff and all these families. Okay. Yep. Arsenic, that's from the young girl. Most intriguing piece of evidence. Yeet. Okay. The blood work. Go ahead and get that info. The family photos. So we'll actually know when we check the record again for the symbols on their hands. It'll be easier. Each body. Oh, right, her powder. It was her family who made it. Okay. Here. Yep. Here. Fast forward. Yep. That should be everything. Oh, the invitation. I didn't ask her about this last time. Toroska, I'm not gonna go since the opera is playing. Yeah, opera, late night with her husband. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, ma'am. Okay, we're gonna end that. Yep. We're good. And then look back at the evidence one more time. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the blood, was it this one? Tools. What was the other one? Oh, crap. This one here. We'll put that one back. Yee, okay, so it's changeling. But there's no... So colors, let me make sure before I go back one more time. I swear to God. So red and purple. So it has to be warrior and parasitic then. It's just the way the color is, though, that trips me up. Record, we have that. There's slight red to it. So this kind of seems like a warrior attacked it, right? They had the symbols on their hands. Hold on. Info. Oh, click. Info. Consists of the family victim. The victim, all right. Biological father, stepmother, and stepbrother. So her and her father were probably part of the occult. They have that symbol. Did the book talk about symbols? Oh, it's right here. Parasitic magic. Oh, right, you can make pacts with the fairies. Oh my God, I forgot. So you can make pacts with fairies. Some fairies can transform into beings. Where is it? Been documented. Fae faction and conflicts. Black light. Where the hell is the pack part? The fairies. They're made up of insects. High power suggestion. So we know about the suggestion part. Wielders transfer spell makes fellow fae take on another human form. Not that. Faes and camouflage. Faes have their own little class warrior thing that they're dealing with. Low faction conference phase limited parasitic magic. Wily and blind. Okay. And that will document periods there are quarrels between these factions. Other faction, however, the dispute also appear fairies the same faction. Okay. black light. Did it? Shit. It talked about scribe fairies when it comes to that. Gotcha, okay. So scribes have the blessings. Huh. So all type of fairies are in this. That's the thing. Every single one. And blue for scribe. Jesus Christ. There are fairies everywhere. What the hell? That makes this case harder since there's fairies everywhere. Okay, so that's what they had there. Oh my god. The scribes and the warriors always fought. So if one of the warrior fairies knew that her and him were part of had contracts with the scribes, then wouldn't they want to try and kill them or at least hurt them? Okay, I think I got it. So it might have to be warrior then. Oh, I got it. Okay, so it'll be warrior for these. Crap, hold on, let me put this body back. I have too many things out. Okay. So only her. Is it her? Yeah, it's just only her. So these two, we know they're the victims. They were killed. How were they killed? Make sure her body was turned to that. It made her seem like she needed to drink human blood and she didn't. For her, she chewed on her fingers. This is the one that's the changeling. If I remember correctly, based on her blood sample. And she died of arsenic poisoning. That's the weird one here. Because why would she do that? Let me put some stuff back. Hold on. Put that out real quick. Yeah, it's nothing there. Just making sure. Okay. I think I might have figured it out. Did I put this stuff back? Yeah, I did. Okay. Put that back. And put that back. Okay. So with the two first victims, they had these blue symbols on their hands. So they made a pact with the scribe fairies. Scribe fairies are known to be enemies of the warrior fairies. So the warrior fairies probably saw that and just said, hey, you know what? Let's just attack these people because they made pacts with our enemy. And that's maybe why they were killed. For our next victims, one girl, she was changed into a changeling. They took her away and brought a changeling, a parasitic fairy instead. Okay, and this should be the warrior since it's still red and blue. Not red and blue. Red and purple. Okay. Maybe I got it? Possibly? I was supposed to investigate. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. Dear God, tools. Hold on. Put that back. Put that back. Put that back. Okay. Okay. It sounds crazy, but I think I got it now. Arsenic, huh? Yeah. Lab report. Go ahead. Where's the last blood sample? Right here. Come on. There we go. Okay. I think I got it. Oh my god. We're gonna go ahead and just skip our way to this man. Yes, there is fairies in here. Okay, let's pray. Yeah, we're praying here. Okay, so I'm gonna go warrior fairy instead. Hold on. Before I make any bad mistakes, save. Dear God. Always save. My God, keep on forgetting. So we're gonna go warrior fae. What is the evidence? Okay. Makeup is not it. I definitely know that. The dead fae, third victim's blood. I'm definitely going by the walkthrough in front of me though, because I'm not doing this again. This game is stressing me out. Okay, it will be the blood is fairy blood. Okay. How does this prove the warrior involvement? I sought the blood sample beneath the black light to show the magic traces. You see, there's a glow of purple and red under the black light. How do the purple traces of our parasitic magic, as you say, have a part in this? The blood is fairy blood. Parasitic underlings of warrior help fae with murders, so it would be the blood is fairy blood. That's because this blood is fairies, and their blood contains traces of their own magic. This is further supported by the blood sample analysis. Fairy's blood has high content of phosphorus, just like reported. Adding to that, the missing iron. Fairies have an aversion toward iron. They don't have it in their blood. They can still, however, withstand the iron in human blood. That's why some parasitic fae like to drink our blood. As I ramble on, Theo listens intently with a slightly surprised look on his face every time I start a new sentence. To be honest, I'm out of words at the moment. What else you got? Okay, next would be the dead fae. You see this, buddy? How's this prove the warrior involvement? I put the dead fae beneath the black light. This is a dead parasitic fae. Look, it glows purple and red under the black light. I take it their bodies still glow even after they're dead. Correct. It takes a little while until their magic is fully dissipated from the corpse. It honestly just looks like a normal bug to me. Hold on 1 second. I turn to the shelves and pick up one of the boxes containing a deceased insect for my ongoing research. I open the lid and show it to Theo. I found this one dying just yesterday. It died shortly after. Swiftly, I put it beneath the black light. A normal one doesn't glow, you see? Theo's expression is a blend of amusement and bewilderment. Quite interesting. And how does it end up here? Failed transformation magic. It tried to probably be a person, but ended up turning into the coin. It's a parasitic fae that got warped by a coin due to transformatic magic going awry. The coin and the evidence turned into this when I put it under the black light long enough, essentially revealing what it really was. So, the third victim, Miss Niblet. What about her? Mr. Hinkle. Mr. Hinkle said she has numerous coin collections displayed in all the rooms in her house. That particular coin must have been nearby when she met her fate. I can see a feeling of unease reflected in Theo's expression as he stares at me. I need a moment to digest all of this. Mushroom Mellow, hello, welcome. You missed my crash out when I realized you could look at the photos under the black light and it was too late. It's my second time going through this. I nod and take a moment to arrange the box neatly before placing it back on the shelves. What else you got? We have the photographs, don't we? I'm glad I can still catch this. I'm glad you're here. Bro, this game is melting my brain. I am just dying. Okay, so what else do we have next? You're good. All right, so we have the makeup. Makeup, not it. The ring or the photographs. So the photographs, because the warrior, the scribe phase were there, right? Well, let me save, bro. Save. One more time. Save data. And return. And return. Let's do photographs. Question mark. How to prove warrior involvement? But rather on the family photographs. For the black light. Not the crime scene photos, the family photos. Can you see the glowing sigil on some of the victims' left hands? Okay, he can see it. Oh, thank God. Okay, I think we're good. Dear God. I thought warrior magic was supposed to be red. He's right. The sigils are blue. They are protective boons from the scribe. No, it was the wrong one. This game is killing me. Oh my God. I'm fine. If you need help, I'm ready to backseat. Bro, Theo, I'm trying. Theo, you're stressing me out. Okay. Go back. I think I got it. Hold on. Hold on. Warriors direct. Parasitic underling supply. Jesus Christ. Time to load back. I'm gonna load back. This game is killing me. Hold on. Crap, not that. Load. We're loading the slot. I swear to God. Load? Oh, load data. Hold on. Click. Load data. There we go. What else you got? Bro, what else is it? I am fine for backseating here before I tear my hair out of my head, out of all the stress I am feeling from this game. Oh my God. So we got up to the point with the warrior fairies and the changeling, I believe? And I know those photographs. It's ring? Oh, it's the ring? Oh, right, it has the red traces. I swear to God. Oh my god, this game's making me think too much. You see, Mrs. Moore's ring glows purple and red under black light. But why does it glow purple as well? Is it the parasitic fairy? It's part of the transformation magic. Might be that one. That is because the ring is part of a transformation magic. When the parasitic fae is transformed into a changeling or human look-alike, high fae magic is able to copy everything. Oh, I got you. Okay. Including Mrs. Moore's wedding ring. There's sudden silence in the air as Theo's eyes widen in consternation. What the hell are we dealing with here? He mutters in a voice that is filled with dismay. There appears to be a strong evidence pointing towards warrior involvement. Based on what you've shown me, parasitic faes are one way or another connected to the manner of killing. But you also haven't told me how the warrior fairies kill the victims. Give it to me straight. How do you figure the murders were carried out? Warriors directed parasitic underlings to sap life. Warriors replace victims with changeling and kill the changeling with ossification hallucination spells. Warriors ossification who kill the victim direct parasitic fae. I think it was called like the sixth ending. It was like a blue, whatever the name was, and it made me very sad. But Theo was really pissed off at me at the end of it. Erected parasitic underlings to sap life? I know they had the changelings, right? Oh, right, save? Hold on. Roll. Let's save here. Save data. And return. And return. Okay. Yeah, it was Bottle Blues. That was the first one I got, and I almost had a crash out. So I know they replaced them with changelings, and kill the changeling with ossification and hallucination spells. Why would they kill the changelings, though? That's the curious part. What do they do with the actual bodies back in, like, the Fae world? I'm gonna go with this one. The warrior high fae used their transformation magic to turn the parasitic fae into human lookalikes of the victims, which are often called changelings. Changelings. I took out the crime scene photographs with middle-aged victims and laid them out on the table. Using the magnifying glass, I showed the oddity in the victim's hands to Theo. I was right! The number of the fingers was weird. Hell yeah! This is one of the possible anomalies that is likely to happen due to the complexity of transformation magic used and created changelings. As famous as these ladies' family are, it would have been a big thing on the papers if they had 6 fingers from when they were children. I don't seem to remember anything like that in the newspapers, do you? No, not me either. Theo looks away, as though trying to remember all the newspapers he has read. It also explains the missing iron in the blood sample, so the corpses are not human. I wait until Theo meets my gaze again before continuing. They then murder the changelings using ossification and hallucination magic. It is then to cover up what they really did to the real humans. What they really did? Like what? It can be anything. The real humans might be kidnapped to the fairyland, destined to be wed to certain fairies and bring forth offspring. Woo! Or be employed as a slave. Or tortured for amusement until they die. Very bleak, isn't it? I shiver at the thought of it happening to the poor ladies. Theo appears to be unsettled by the same thoughts as well. Hold on. Are you saying that they might still be alive? Are you gonna go to the fairyland, sir? There is a chance. Yet, the realm of the fairies is still an enigma, even for those who study their kind. The Faeologists in this university have barely met any living fairy. You're aware of how fresh this field is within academia, aren't you? Theo nods. It pains me to admit that I genuinely do not know how to get them back. I'll keep trying nonetheless. We both fell silent, as though a heavy weight has settled in our throats, refusing to budge. We can also look at this case from another angle. The motives. Based on your investigation, what can be the rationale behind the warrior fairy's actions? Ooh, that one I definitely know. It's difficult to pinpoint the reason why fairies do what they do, since they don't follow human rules or morality. However, I found that we're targeting people blessed by the scribes. That's what it was. They had the blue symbols on their hands. Hell yeah, so all the fairies are involved technically in this. Okay, gotcha. The three middle-aged are blessed by scribe fays, shown by the sigils on one of their hands. I say as I hover the black light on top of the family photograph, one by one. I mentioned before that especially strong magic can be seen even through photographs. Yeah, I remember. He answers while taking the black light out of my hand and checking the sigils himself. Two sigils light up Mrs. Wooldred's family photograph and one of Mrs. Moore's. This sigil is a sign of being blessed by one of the scribe fae, usually given when someone has done a very special boon for a scribe. It gives good fortune and is passed down through generations. As you know, the middle-aged victims and their families are old rich families that have stayed on top for many decades. That's how strong the magic is. Mrs. Moore was adopted. That's why it's only her who has it. Oh, and that's why for Wooldridge, her and her father have it, but the stepbrother and stepmother don't have it. I gotcha. Her late biological parents hail from distinguished and affluent lineage. Theo points at the faces in Mrs. Wooldred's photographs. And he's a biological father, while the other two are stepfamily. I nod at him. I'm positively sure that, should we check into Mrs. Niblet's family photograph, she and her family would display the same sigils. I'll see what I can do. Oh, and it's also meant as a warning for others not to harm the marked human. I guess that warning didn't work out in this case, did it? No, it did not. No, it didn't. Nope. Well, I suppose this does make sense, and it's a pattern. Yeah. These might be targeted murders. He then casts a glance my way, with an air of satisfaction around him, and breaks into a smile. Oh, don't give me that cute, dopey smile. Good job. Oh, not the tea smile. I'm weak. My, considering how rarely he gives commendations, this sounds like a compliment of a lifetime. I can feel my confidence is going through the roof. Thank you. Wait, you're right. 3 of the victims come from old family moneys, with both having sigils. You can't hate him, he's a precious boy. The sigil is a sign of being blessed by one of the scribe fae, usually given when someone has done a very special boon for a scribe. It gives good fortune and is passed down through generations. I'm pretty sure Mrs. Niblet would have the same sigil. So the warriors might have targeted those poor ladies specifically. Theo appears amused as he observes my unfolding revelation. Do not spit on him, he doesn't deserve that. That does make sense. You just ought to be more thorough, it seems. Lastly, what have you found out on the poor girl, Mary Hatcher? Ooh, her? Any connections to fairies? The chemist's report is similar to the case files. The blood is normal human blood, traces of arsenic. I didn't find any signs of fairy magic from the evidence. She mentioned that she might already be collecting purchase records from chemists all over the city. That's right. We're still investigating whether someone has a link to the girl. I see. The chemist's parents own a cosmetic company that produces the makeup powder in the evidence. She said it's popular among the upper class ladies lately, since they've gotten Mary Pickford to do the advertisements. He picks out a small notebook and a pen from his trench coat and starts writing. I'm not sure if this is useful. Every scrap of information counts. I ought to note down the things we talked about today as well. Your findings really threw me for a loop. I forgot to take notes. Of course, take your time. While Theo is writing, I tidy up my desk and put the evidence back in the box. Anything else you got? That's all I have for now. He puts his notebook and pen back in his coat. He heaves a sigh so heavy, I can believe he has the weight of the city on his shoulders. Even so, when he looks at me, There's a glint of something that wasn't there before. Kiss? Kiss? Make out? This fleck of illumination is all the more stark since we started this discussion. It's hope, perhaps. A tiny, delicate thing is blooming in this room to counteract the overwhelming darkness and despair outside. I always knew you were clever. But I have to say, you've outdone yourself this time. I'm impressed. From start to finish, you're able to line the evidence perfectly with your theories. Don't boo him! He deserves no boo! He needs all the cheers. It's too soon? No kissing yet? Everything makes perfect sense. I can't believe he's saying all this. I'm feeling like $1,000,000. Thank you, Theo. It means so much coming from you. Haven't I always told you you make a good detective? Yeah, he has. It feels nostalgic all of a sudden. Feels like such a long time ago. That got a smirk out of him. Well, we'll still got our work cut out for us. We're gonna date Oz? But at least for now, innocent people won't get thrown in jail, thanks to you. I just need to convince the chief and the papers. Though with your findings, it sure would make it a lot easier. If anyone can pull it off, it's you. Even with that ragamuffin look, there's something about you that makes people listen to you and trust you. Well now, you did fall for this ragamuffin. Oh, you're killing me, sir. No kissing yet, sadly. That's fine. I can just pretend I'm kissing him in my head. And how do you know it wasn't your constant brush with danger that drew me in? Oh, I know. I'm short of a comeback for once. He just knows how to catch me off guard. All of a sudden, the playful glint in his eyes disappears, replaced by a serious stare. Listen, I might have to bring up your name in my report. And the papers. I can't predict how the papers will handle this, but it is possible they'll mention you in Faeology. This is good for your field, of course, but it could draw unwanted, dangerous attention your way. I'll be fine, Theo. I can protect myself. This is what the field needs. Indeed, you're more than capable of taking care of yourself. And you broke up though? But what if I want to get back together with him? I know that very well. I do appreciate you worrying over me. Theo's concern seems to fade, and he lets out a sigh of relief. Well, this day's certainly been a ride. He glances at his wristwatch. I've still got time until I have to get back to the station. Fancy a drink with me? Yes! You can tell me more about fairies. I'll listen with way less judgment this time. Girl, yes! Go on this date! Drink! Just like I promised. Oh, sure! Hell yeah! Would you mind waiting until I finish grading a few assignments? It will take 10 minutes at most. Go ahead. Oh, I am floating in the air. I am on a cloud. I am enjoying this so much. I focus my attention on the assignment. There's a minute of companionable silence. The scribbling of my pen is the only noise audible. Theo then speaks. You know, what should we toast to when we drink? Huh? What should toast... Dear God, words. We should toast to being a good team. We're a team, are we? Yes. Aren't we? Or at least we should be. Oh, I love that little smirk smile he does. Your knowledge of the fairies is exactly what we need to make sense of all of this mess. And it's not just that. Your talent for investigation is as impressive as they come. If you act as a consultant in a high-profile case like this, you'd be handsomely compensated, of course. Imagine what those funds could do for your Faeology research. So what do you think? Would you ever consider joining the investigation in an official capacity? I'll consider it. You're being a hater. We're the CG drink with this fan. Is that the end? Hey! We got a good ending. Oh, my brain is done. My brain is fried. Wait, there's more? It's another afternoon in the office. There's more? Hold on. My patron has stopped by to discuss a research project that I've been considering. Now that Faeology might get increased credibility, especially with the police, I think we should examine the prevalence of strange deaths caused by fairies, don't you think, Mr. Hinkle? The police might agree to help us collect the data. I'm not sure about that. It would take time for the police to trust us to that extent. Besides, wouldn't it be more pressing to focus your research on warrior faes? We have to talk. Oh, not two of them together in the room. I was just so happy. Do not stress me out. Before I can respond, two individuals suddenly barge into my office. Sorry, I tried to stop him but couldn't. Even though I told him you're in a meeting right now. That's okay, Minnie. You can let me handle this. If you say so, Professor. Minnie grumbles at Theo as she walks out. What's eating you, Theo? Theo doesn't so much as glance at Mr. Hinkle. He unfurls a rolled-up newspaper from the inner pocket of his coat. He hands it to me. Oh no. What is it, bro? Please, I'm already stressed out. At glance, I can see the phrases, fairies are real, evil is afoot, and fairies killing humans, spelled out in bold, oversized letters. As I begin reading, my patron peers over my shoulder to read as well. It is not the chief's statement that made the front page. It's another bizarre murder, and this time, the victim is a beloved celebrity. Of course, it's a celebrity. High-profile case, right? She danced until her body gave out. They wrote out all the excessively grisly details connected to her death. Moreover, the reports surrounding the other homicides have been thoroughly sensationalized and exaggerated. They depicted fairies as evil enemies of mankind, and in some parts, they even insinuate that war between beings is brewing. Reading all of this makes my heart sink and my stomach churn. I need to put the paper down for a moment. This is truly awful. I've already checked the crime scene. The details of this latest incident look similar to what we uncovered from the previous murders. Given everything, I say fairies definitely in the picture here. Though it's still hard to make heads or tails of all of this. It's very difficult to grasp their motives. By judging by the methods and frequency, I have to say this is significant. Something big might be going on in the land of the fairies. As the conversation unfolds, Mr. Hinkle appears to be deeply in thought. I need you to check something really quickly. Theo gives me a photograph of the celebrity. Knowing exactly what he wants, I retrieve the blacklight from my drawer and examine the photograph closely. Both Theo and Mr. Hinkle peek over my shoulder to see. A sigil, the same one as the other three victims had. Of course, this all connected. I suppose we can now establish that these are targeted murders. I nod at him. For some reason, Mr. Hinkle is nodding with me. Although the fourth victim, Mary Hatcher, doesn't have a sigil, does she? Did you find anything more about it? Theo shakes his head, leaving behind a troubled look. Nobody in the purchase records has a strong link to the girl. We're asking it around here and there. The girl was a saint. Everybody loved her. Her squabble with Mrs. Niblet is the strongest lead we have. A striking realization dawns upon me. What if a fairy transformed into a human and purchased the poison? What? They can do that? Suddenly, Mr. Hinkle's familiar voice fills the room after his long stretch of silence. Oh, yes, detective. Although when a fairy shifts into a human shape, they cannot assume the identity of someone already living. Your cobra may well be the name on the list, but one that doesn't truly exist. I give a nod in agreement with his words, feeling slightly proud that my patron is reading all the knowledge this university has to offer. Theo flinches at Mr. Hinkle's input, clearly having dismissed him as part of the furniture. He then scoffs. Theo, bro, come on, he's trying to help us out here. All I get from Theo is a shrug. Surprisingly, he turns toward the patron. For what I've come to understand, fairy magic is more than capable of doing the killing. They've no need for poison. But I won't discard the possibility. Mr. Hinkle only replies with a smile. Well, there's certainly a rare occurrence. Theo goes back to ignoring Mr. Hinkle and talks directly to me. I should mention that I've gotten permission for you to check the crime scene. Come with me tomorrow? Hell yeah! I'll see what I can do. Alright, I've gotta go. I'm leaving the newspaper here. There are more articles about Faeology that you should read. Without so much as a word of goodbye to Mr. Hinkle, Theo turns and leaves. I pick up the paper again and continue reading, while Mr. Hinkle silently reads alongside me. The field of Faeology is indeed mentioned quite remarkably, while its loyalty to humankind is under scrutiny. Although the police chief spoke of our help, the papers continue to raise doubts about our involvement in these killings. Is the Faeology University a friend or a foe? Bro, we ain't doing that shit now. Ah, and that's the end? Ah! Oh, that was so good, despite me being very stressed out in this game. Let me return home. Congrats on finishing the demo. Yes, I had a lot of fun. This stressed me out like crazy, but I had fun investigating and trying to connect all the dots and everything. Ooh, demo over. I could rest and rest my poor brain, dear God. My brain is definitely mush. Thank you, thank you. I tried my best. Me putting your marshmallow. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I tried my best, y'all. Oh, I had a lot of fun with that one, actually. There's definitely more endings I can get, but my brain cannot handle that at this point. As I said before, there are links in the description if you want to try out the demo yourself or check out the dev work, stuff like that. Definitely try out the demo and then just hurt yourself, honestly. With my brain, y'all, for real. Bro, this game actually almost had me crash out, but I really did enjoy it. I do love investigation type games like these. Like when I started playing SSStaries, it was a lot of fun and satisfying when I got the right things, but my God, didn't want to throw my Switch at the wall so many times. But yeah, that is this day's demo. Remember, this game is part of the Tomei Game Celebration. I should have a link to that in the description if you want to try out all the different games and demos that are available. Next stream will be tomorrow. Me sitting here getting mad, Theo, next to Little Creator. Oh wait, you didn't notice Bio? It's totally fine. Some people just don't like characters. I can love Theo for everyone. You're totally fine. But yeah, that is it for today's stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Giving a shout out to indie Tomei games. No problem. There's honestly so many good indie Tomei games. I love playing them on stream and sharing them with other people. They definitely need to get checked out a lot more. There's so many good things out there. But yeah, that is it for today's stream, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye.